Stop saying I'm a perfectionist as your excuse for not finishing things or missing deadlines. Enough already. It's not a good excuse. Look, we all have reasons why we don't finish things. We all have insecurities. We all have doubts. We all have fears. And none of us are perfect. But the idea of wrapping up our fears and insecurities and our quirks and our imperfections and hiding them behind this euphemism, this thing that makes it sound better than it is, of like, well, I'm just a perfectionist and I'm not ready yet. It's a lie. It's a self-deception. It's a failed deception at others because of others, because if you say it, nobody really buys into it. Nobody's like, oh, give him a pass. It just wasn't perfect enough yet. But I hear this so commonly, especially in my work, helping people start businesses. In my company, Entre Institute, we're helping entrepreneurs start businesses all the time. And there's all these business owners that are like, I can't launch yet, or I can't get a customer yet, or I can't run an ad yet, or I can't promote myself yet because everything's not set up just right. It's not perfect yet. Nobody's buying that. If you're watching this video, maybe it's because you've made the mistake of buying that or selling that to yourself successfully. And I'm calling enough already. So I'm going to talk about in this video some different ways to look at the situation, some different ways to think about work so that you never again hide behind the idea of being a perfectionist as an excuse for not doing what deep down you know you should do. Because here's the thing. How you do one thing is how you do everything. This is one of the greatest truths that is taught by everyone in the personal development industry or even professional development industry in your work life. How you do one thing is how you do everything. If you tolerate procrastination in one area of your life, it means you've made peace with procrastination. If you tolerate doing less than your best in one area of your life, and no, your best is not perfect, so being a perfectionist is not a reason to say, oh, well, I couldn't do my best because it wasn't perfect. That's not, you don't get to connect those two things. If you tolerate doing less than your best in one area of your life, it means you've made peace with the idea of doing less than your best. If you tolerate allowing fears and insecurities to stop you from doing things that you want to do or you know you should do in one area of your life, it means you have made peace with that dynamic in your life as a whole, and it's going to show up somewhere else. How you do one thing is how you do everything. So let's say you're a perfectionist and it's causing you to miss deadlines in school or in work, and you might think that the impact is isolated to just that area of your life, but I promise you, it's also showing up in your relationships. It's also showing up in your, your health practice or your diet. It's also showing up in any aspect of life that involves other people, or even in how you communicate with and how you follow through and hold yourself accountable to yourself. Perfectionism is a germ that infects you and it will spread to every area of your life. So a lot of this video is really just about getting honest with ourselves, finding a different way to say it that doesn't seem like you're trying to let yourself off the hook. Hey, I missed the deadline because I struggle to manage my time. Hey, I missed the deadline because I just wasn't as prepared as I needed to be going into the project, and that's on me, and I should have done better. Or honestly, just owning that you were afraid. You know what? I think I subconsciously self-sabotaged because I was afraid that if I did turn something in or I did submit something saying, hey, this is my best work and I'm proud of it and I put my name on it and I stand behind it, what if they didn't like it? What if they judged it? Well, I was afraid of rejection. I was insecure about the response. So it was easier for me to just not get it done and then hide behind the idea that, oh, it's because I'm a perfectionist, which is sort of this subtle and not terribly effective way of saying, well, if I had gotten it done, it would have been perfect and you would have been thrilled with it. You would have thought it was amazing because I'm a perfectionist and if I'd gotten it done, it would have been perfect. Nobody cares. Moving on. Here's what I will say. I do need to address, because I actually watched some other videos on perfectionism. I'm like, let's hear what other people have to say about this. And I saw comment after comment of people like, you don't understand. Perfection, that's not how perfectionism is. There's a very victim mindset that some people have around perfectionism. So I do want to be empathetic here. I want to be sensitive. I actually know that perfectionism is described as a symptom or a component of a few what are classified as mental disorders like obsessive compulsive disorder, obsessive compulsive personality disorder. So although I'm trying to kind of push and be a little bit irreverent for the typical perfectionist out there that's really using it as an excuse, I don't want to be insensitive that there are some people that have like actual neurological, like chemical hangups that manifest as perfectionism. And honestly, this video is not for that. You should probably either be watching videos by doctors or actually seeing one. Okay, but assuming that's not the case for you, let's talk about how we can reframe our life, reframe our projects, reframe our work, and look at things differently to just completely eradicate this notion of perfectionism. First of all, if perfectionism was your goal, if perfect delivery of a thing is your goal, why are you only perfect about the thing and not perfect about the timeline? Like, if it's late or you miss the deadline or you don't get the work done, how could it ever be perfect? Because your execution of the project was so far from perfect that you didn't even meet the deadline. You didn't get it done, right? If you want to be a perfectionist about something, be a perfectionist about punctuality. Be a perfectionist about accountability. Be a perfectionist about follow through. Be a perfectionist about completing things, right? The ability to complete things is the number one hallmark of successful people in this world, probably right next to the ability to delay gratification. So why would you want to be a perfectionist about the thing that nobody cares about, which is what it would have looked like if hypothetically it had gotten done, and not be a perfectionist about the thing that most people are actually really, really concerned with, which is, does this person deliver? Does this person do what they say? Does this person keep their commitments? Can this person follow through on time? Hey, sorry for the interruption. I just wanted to let you know you can get a free copy of my book, The Millionaire Shortcut, which will show you the fastest way to become a millionaire in the new economy. And there's a special link just for this episode in the description. So thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the episode. Secondly, being invested in the idea of perfectionism when we all know that nothing is perfect, nothing of mortal human doing could ever be perfect, then investing in something that we know doesn't exist, does that move us closer to perfection or further from it? If I'm really, really fixated on living a life in which the sky is green and the grass is blue, and I put food in my nose and I smell with my mouth, like, how could I do any of that perfectly? Because it's just not possible. It's not how the world works. It's not how nature works. It's not how we're wired. It's not how things were created. Well, given that we as human beings were created to be imperfect and to do imperfect work, investing ourselves in something that doesn't exist does not get us closer to perfection. It moves us further from it, because now we're not even reasoning perfectly. Now we're not even thinking, much less thinking clearly. Or thinking perfectly. We're not even thinking clearly. This idea, it has to be perfect when nothing ever could be ever. Silliness. It's just saying I'm a perfectionist is basically like saying I'm a silly fool and I'm going to give you some BS excuses. Try instead thinking, I'm a good enoughist. And I honestly, I missed the deadline because I didn't think it was quite good enough. I'm a good enoughist, but I'm a perfectionist. Come on, like, you're not fooling anybody. Or you know what? Even just be like, I'm a done wellist. I was committed to delivering a project that was done well. And I didn't think it was done quite well enough. And although I realize that makes me, I'm also not doing time management very well. At least I'm being honest with you and saying I wanted to do it well. It wasn't done well because I also don't do time management well. And I am a done wellist, maybe come up with a more graceful word than that. And thus I could not deliver the project, but like, just ditch the word perfectionist. Nobody's buying it, right? Perfectionist is how we take all these less positive things like I'm a procrastinator, or I'm lazy, or I'm scared, or I'm insecure, or I lacked the basic skill, or I was unprepared. And we try to, put pretty wrapping paper around it, the perfectionist wrapping paper, right? So try finding more authentic ways of expressing it and really getting to the bottom of, because again, usually it stems from fear, really figuring out what were you actually afraid of. If you can learn to say to yourself, and even especially to someone else, I did not get this done because I was scared of blank. A, you'll be telling the truth. B, you will have an opportunity to grow. Every time you lie to yourself, you move further away. You put space between the cause and solution to what's the challenges and yourself, right? Every time you lie about a problem, you move yourself further from ever being able to solve that problem. Every time you're honest about a problem, you get closer to being able to solve that problem. So you will actually reduce what you perceive as being a perfectionist by owning it in a way with different language that doesn't hide behind calling it a perfectionist. And then finally, one of the greatest approaches to life in general, WWSJD. What would Steve Jobs do? Did Steve Jobs wait until the iPhone was perfect? Did Steve Jobs wait till the iPad was perfect? Did he wait until the animated film was perfect? No, of course not. There have been better computer animated movies since then, but he got it out. He released it. The iPhone, at the time I'm shooting this video, I saw last night they're about to announce iPhone 13. I'm like, oh my gosh, just in time for Christmas. I just upgraded to iPhone 12. And now I know my kids are like, I got an iPhone 13 so I can rule the digital device competition at the school or whatever. Like, we're 13 generations into this thing, and think how amazing it was when it started, and it's so much better now, right? WWSJD, what would Steve Jobs do? Waiting until it's perfect is just waiting. And waiting, by the way, is like the number one behavior of unsuccessful people. There's a really great, totally politically incorrect quote by Jack Ma, the richest guy in China, about how the number one thing that defines the behavior and activity and lives of poor people is waiting. Waiting is never a strategy for success. And perfectionism is a form of waiting, right? So just get it out. Done is better than perfect. Come on, we want to see what you got. And then you have a chance to make it better. Okay, so hopefully this hasn't been too hard on you, or actually hopefully it's been hard enough on you that if this is a problem that you struggle with, you'll actually be shocked into some change. Let me know your thoughts. Like I said, I watched some other videos on perfectionism and people got all hot and bothered. They got all worked up. They were like attacking the person, like, you don't know what perfectionism's like, and throwing all these reasons at them why they're wrong. And I guess they should have waited until they had a perfect spiel about perfectionism before they made the video, but I didn't. I put this out there and I want your feedback. I want to know your thoughts. I want to know if you agree with me. I especially want to know if you disagree with me. I really, really want to know if I touched a nerve and you're pissed off and you want to call me names, you want to unload in the comments. Let me have it. I love feedback. I love conversation with my audience. It's the biggest part of why I do what I do. And if you have enjoyed the video, I'd love a like. A like would be great. And even if you want more content like this, I'm constantly working on how to help people level up. I believe that entrepreneurship is the forge and the crucible in which we have the chance to develop into our best selves. I think that we owe it to ourselves to become entrepreneurs so we can discover what we're truly capable of. And I also believe that the world needs more entrepreneurs because we are the free thinkers. We are the innovators. We are the ones that everybody else needs, even though they like to complain about us. So that's what my channel is all about. And if you like the sound of that, go ahead and subscribe as well. Again, thanks for your time. I'll see you on the next video. Hey, if you liked this video, then you're gonna love this video. In this video, we're talking about how to overcome procrastination. You can literally swap out procrastination with fear. Procrastination is always a reflection of a fear that we have, the fear of how great we could actually be